Think fast.
Surviving freefall without a parachute? Well, I'm pretty sure everyone here knows what skydiving is. But basically, it's when you jump from high altitudes to get that thrill of experiencing freefall. But what would happen if your parachute doesn't deploy? Could you survive freefall without it? Well, when you freefall, you reach what is known as the terminal velocity, which is the fastest you're going to travel while falling. It happens because at some point in your descent, the force of gravity pulling down on you is equal to the force of the air pushing back up on you. This speed is about 54.5 meters per second, and you reach this speed within the first 15 seconds of your jump. So, how hard would you hit the ground if you're traveling at this speed and didn't pull your parachute? Well, the Earth exerts a force on you that stops you from traveling downward in the matter of a second. This force is equal to about 4,000 newtons. To put that into perspective, it takes only 3,300 newtons of force to snap a bone into two parts. Snap! So you're definitely not going to survive just free falling, but I'm pretty sure everybody knows that. So is there some other way to survive free fall without a parachute? Well, let's take a look at what Hollywood has to say about this. Is what Legolas did actually possible? Is there some way we could jump off another object just before hitting the ground so that we could land safely as if nothing happened? Well, surprisingly, yes. You see, this doesn't violate any laws of physics. In fact, it takes advantage of Newton's third law of motion. That is, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. To do this, you need to apply as much force as possible, as quickly as possible, to the object, just when you are a few meters above the ground. If you apply this force on the object, it'll apply an equal and opposite force back onto you, and this new upward force will help reduce your downward velocity, that is, slow you down. The only condition on this is that the object you apply a force on must be at least double your mass. This is because if the object has less mass than you, then even a slight force will cause it to move away from you, and this won't allow you to be able to apply your complete force. So for example, if you try to jump off a little ball, you'll end up pushing the ball away faster than you'll be able to push yourself up. But if you try to push off something more massive like a piano, it'll push back up on you. So, if you're free falling without a parachute, you need to find another object, roughly double your mass, and push off it when you get close to the ground. If you can apply 3,000 newtons of force, that's just before you break a bone, then you'll reduce your speed by 40 meters per second. So when you hit the ground, you'll only be traveling at about 14.5 meters per second. So you may get some cuts, maybe some internal bleeding, and a few fractures. But hey, at least you didn't die. Well, that's how to survive freefall without a parachute. I would suggest just investing in one though. I bet it's a lot easier. Leave a like if you enjoyed. If you have any questions that keep you up at night, leave them in the comments below and maybe your question will be featured in our next video. But for now, that's another question solved.